A senior Russian military officer is dead after a car bomb exploded in Moscow. Russian officials confirmed the man killed was a top general directly involved in planning operations in the war in Ukraine. Meanwhile, President Trump's special envoy, Steve Witkoff, is meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow. Foreign correspondent Tom Sufi-Burridge is in Paris with more. So, Tom, what do we know so far about this car bomb?
Yeah, we've seen CCTV and verified CCTV in Balishka. That's a town just to the east of Moscow. It shows a car exploding as someone walks towards that vehicle. And Russian officials have said that Major General Yaroslav Moskalik, a top commanding officer in the Russian military, was killed in that attack. Russian officials, Diane, are calling it a terrorist attack. And investigators say that a homemade device packed with shrapnel detonated at the scene, killing the top, very senior Russian military officer. Ukraine has not claimed responsibility for this attack, so we are not aware of who was responsible. It is, I think, important to note that Ukraine did claim a previous attack in Moscow, a bombing against another top Russian military officer, Igor Kirillov. Back in December, Ukraine's special forces planted a bomb on a scooter, which detonated back in December. But I think we're completely in the dark right now about who carried out this attack, this latest attack on this Russian military officer, who was responsible and what the motive was behind it.
And Tom, in an interview with Time magazine, President Trump says the peace deal he's pursuing would allow Russia to retain about 20% of Ukrainian territory and that Crimea would stay with Russia. How likely is Ukraine to go for that?
Well, we know that the Ukrainians are not happy about the current proposal on the table. I mean, actually, Reuters news agency has now published what they say is the full US proposal. I've read through it. It tallies with exactly all of the reporting we've been doing over the last 2 days, Diane. It effectively does say that the front lines would be frozen more or less in the position that they are now, that the US would de facto recognize all of that territory that Russia currently occupies as being part of Russia and legally recognize the Crimean Peninsula, which Russia occupied 11 years ago, as being part of Russia. It also says that Ukraine would have to drop its pursuit of membership for NATO, but it would be allowed to keep its bid for membership of the European Union. And it also talks about security guarantees for Ukraine. But I think it's really, really important to underline in this draft proposal, there is no detail whatsoever about what those security guarantees would look like. And that is a crucial point for the Ukrainian and European side in this negotiation.
All right, Tom Sufi-Burridge in Paris, thank you.